And so we have come full circle. Well, technically speaking, because the chronology of releasing title this franchise is all over the place, as mentioned, because this is the short, and I do mean it, released in 2012, that acts as an official epilogue to the Tangled saga, properly called Tangled Ever After, which, from what I understand, depicts actually the actual wedding of Eugene and Raps. So
God.
again, the thing is that I haven't seen this yet. Even after watching the series with Pedro on our own, I still did not see this one. But I was like, okay, let's have that as a first timer, to get a more proper direct reaction to that. So I did not know about the length. I knew what it was about, but I don't know the specifics, and I did not know about its context of release. So Pedro just told us that apparently it was tied to the 3D re-release of Beauty and the Beast in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who are young enough to not know when it was common, typically a lot of movies would come with a short that came before it. In fact, believe it or not, Disney themselves set the standards with stuff like The Prince and the Pauper, which was around a half an hour. That's right, you got an extra half an hour of movie time, basically, on top of your movies with that here and there.
Pixar
That's
also
not to say
did that.
we still
Right.
occasionally, and I do mean very, very rarely by occasionally, so technically more rare, but whatever. We rarely, but still somewhat, get stuff like this. If I recall correctly, Once Upon a Studio was the short made for accompanying Disney's Wish, essentially.
Because it was celebrating the 100th anniversary of the company. Anyway, well, let's get into this, shall we? So, start on the black screen. This should be on Disney Plus, actually, so thankfully it actually is preserved. Right before the Steamboat Willie logo, you know it because you might have seen it also for Once Upon a Studio. It's the way Disney Animation actually has a lot of their shorts being introduced. Alright, let's start in 3, 2, 1, click.
Okay, so here's the full deets with this one. It was used as a precursor for Beauty and the Beast in the theaters, then was followed by the premiere of Princess and the Frog on the Disney Channel in 2012, and then later was included as a bonus feature on the Diamond edition of Cinderella, only to be released 3 years later on the Walt Disney Animation Studios Short Films Collection Blu-ray in August 18, 2015. Basically, this short's been around a lot of areas.
The short was directed by the same guys who directed the movie, Byron Howard and Nathan Greno.
Oh, hey, Eugene, it sure is great we were able to get the kingdom fixed and back into 3D.
And this is exactly how I imagined
And
it.
you'll notice,
No one
see,
missing at all.
As you can, so yeah, as you can see, the show even went as far as to give Hokan the same outfit that he had in this short for the sake of preserving continuity.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go. Reference to the movie. So, fun fact: this was actually the first time that the Queen, as you're about to see, actually has a line of dialogue.
Unfortunately, Clancy Brown was still not voicing the king, I guess, so he's stuck in.
The king still is mute in this short, but Kari Walgreen played the Queen for the first time in this short, not in the show. So she went on to reprise a role in the show, yes, but this was technically the first time she played the Queen.
Poor Max.
But she only has one line, as you're about to see. So yeah, the premise is that Max and Pascal lose the wedding rings.
Oh no!
Oh.
About that.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was Kari Walgreen's debut as the Queen. There you go.
She sounds so different.
Well, remember, this is years before the show.
Yeah.
I guess it was also just different direction as in, later on.
Yeah.
Or let's have a different approach.
This was made by different directors. Yeah.
Yeah, that bit just there. Where did my script get in there?
A
wedding being ruined. A wedding being ruined means that there's mass chaos and the castle blows up.
While I do enjoy a good Tom and Jerry style short myself, I will say this is not exactly what I was thinking of a Tangled short. I was I would have preferred something starring Eugene and Rapunzel but whatever.
Sorry, dude. Max already has a girl horse, according to the series.
Seeing everyone in
Mhm.
3D like this now is kind of like that get real meme.
But the series wasn't made.
Iron- That's the thing, Dwibs. We've been with the series for so long that we got so used to the painted
Yeah,
art
there's
style.
kind of a whiplash effect, I guess.
It's
Well,
a little weird.
Well, remember, the painted art style is how the original film was supposed to look like in the first place.
Mm-hmm. God damn it.
Well,
Oh.
crud.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Commemorative frying pan.
Damn, the frying pans are even able to defeat Max.
They're just that powerful. That's why they couldn't be a Keyblade, because it would break the game, I think.
Of course.
oh no.
See, the problem is, Jova, is that if you gave Sora a frying pan keyblade, its side effect, its special effect would be that it causes one-hit kills 100% of the time. And how is the rest of the game supposed to be challenging with that?
Well, I guess that's what critical mode is for. And Lord knows,
that's a lot of wine wasted.
Probably a callback to one of the beats of the Pastoral from Fantasia.
Wine's
Well,
kind
now
of
that-
overrated anyway.
now that Tia mentions it, Yozora absolutely would deserve a one-hit kill.
Leaves,
Yes.
you say just that because your country probably can't produce good one.
I will say the show's directors are better than Nathan Greno and Byron Howard at directing slapstick, because I think like the slapstick in that show, whenever they do that, I think is better timed than in this short. This short is fine, don't get me wrong, but I will say the slapstick in the show is better than this short.
Miraculously, sir, you may.
Ta-da! Not gonna lie, if the punchline is that those are not even the real rings and Eugene had them in his pocket, that would be hilarious.
And yeah, like Mandy Moore and Zachary Levi are credited, but did they even speak?
Like a few lines at the beginning of with the narration and stuff. Oh
yeah,
no.
I guess.
Oh no! Here we go again.
And the Tangled series canonically ends with them not getting any cake.
The cake is a wide lips,
Oh,
don't you know that?
Of course.
Yeah, see, they even credited Mandy Moore and Zachary Levi.
But yeah, they did have that few lines at the start.
But that's it, I guess. Thoughts?
It's fine, but I would have preferred something else for a Tangled short, personally.
Lives, what do you think?
I mean, I wouldn't have minded this as like a little direct-to-TV mini-sode or something, but I mean, as the end of the whole franchise, canonically, I mean, I guess it could have been worse, but I've seen better.
Shiroi?
It was fine. Not really much to say about it other than that.
Jova?
Look, I've said it before and I'll say it again. The Tangled series should have just taken place after the short here. The short itself is fine. Good. The slapstick's fine. Good. It got the assignment. I will say this, though. I do feel it's a shame that Disney shorts are, well, this short compared to how they could be beforehand. Like, I feel like we could have done more with this short. But for what it is, it's fine. Gets the job done.
Alright, as for me, honestly, I'm sorry to sound rude, but this really felt kind of a waste of my time. Like, I have to agree partially with Pedro at the very least. The slapstick is technically competent, but very superfluous, and as an actual epilogue, doesn't mean much, especially because this was done not too long after the movie, meaning that all the baggage of the things that we established in the series is not, is not there. But I'm instead gonna one up what Jova said. I don't think it was a case where the series should have been taking place after this. Have the final episode of the series remake this sequence and add on to it. I can imagine that maybe it was considered at one point, but they had to scrap that because of the, low viewership and, the Disney executive breathing down the people's necks. But I don't know, it just feels just insipid as an epilogue. So I'm gonna do the wise things and completely pretend this never happened. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Like we said, for the series, there's the supposed live action, remake in the project, but I'm not really confident it will happen at the end of the day. Maybe in a few decades where the fad probably would repropose itself, so because time is a flat circle, as Deji keeps repeating, so we're bound to remake the same mistakes and things over and over again, so who knows? If we're still alive, that is. Alright, that's it for Tangled for now, unless we eventually get to Kingdom Hearts 3, so see ya.
Yeah.
See ya.